Right, so this is the last video I'm making about the scumbag community of Dead by Daylight. So that other video that I made, I'm just gonna remove, and because I have to say it, man, because these people are hypocrites. So I'm gonna be exposing the Dead by Daylight community for what it really is. It's a scumbag community. So I had to write down what I was going to say. So basically, gaming communities are pure hypocrites, because a lot of the communities are. That's why I said I don't care about any gaming community or gaming industry anymore, because they're all hypocrites. But the video that will soon be deleted, everyone's shilling this update. Everyone saying, and it just shows what a bunch of hypocrites these so-called gamers have become, because we'll get into it. So basically, the Dead by Daylight community is basically full of pure hypocrites. It's full of racists, full of SJWs. It's full of basically the movement that basically, I can't mention what it is, but it's a lot of movements are in it, because it is one of the worst scumbag piece of garbage. If you want to find a low-life community, Dead by Daylight is that community. Yeah, it's some of the most degenerate scumbag parasites ever. And they're all cowards anyway in the community. They're all full of shit. All of them are. All hypocrites. But this is what you have in the community of Dead by Daylight, because it's a scumbag community. You have killer mains that be like, oh, I can camp and tunnel, basically being toxic and all that, and tunnel you out the match. And then they're basically self-entitled, like, oh, the reason I lost the match is because of Swift and because this game is survivor-sided. Bullshit. The only reason you lost is because you're garbage at the game. And basically, if they lose, they start throwing an entire fit like, oh, survivor perks are overpowered. Survivor perks are overpowered. Yeah, so there's killer main perks that are overpowered. Corrupt intervention was pretty powerful, and it got nerfed. There's a lot of killer main perks that are way overpowered. There's many killers that are overpowered. The nurse is overpowered. And yet anyone that calls that out, oh, the nurse isn't overpowered. I mean, it's just all bullshit. As I said, this community is a scum. It really is. The losers, the scumbags, hypocrites, the shills. And if you want to know the main thing that I hate in this world, is people that shill and don't say it how it is. 1, you're a coward. 2, you're a shill. You're the biggest parasite and scumbag on the planet. You are literally lying to people and deceiving people just for a quick profit and to gain an audience. That's exactly what these Dead by Daylight YouTubers like. They're all shills. They're all shills. and it's always the killer main side that are a bunch of a-holes, always is. Because they're scumbags. But basically, and it's funny because I called people out, and they were like, I called a streamer out, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, why are you crying and all that?" I said, look, you hypocrite. It's funny because you're a killer main, and your whole entire audience and viewers in your stream are just a bunch of little soy boy, little beta male that bow down and simp before you, and they're all killer mains. They were all saying, "Oh, you're just a crybaby. You're just a crybaby. You're crying." I said, "I am forced to use the perks, decisive strike, dead hard, iron will, self care because I get tunneled, camped out the match." And this is the excuse that killer mains make. Oh, if you get tunneled out of a match even after having those perks, that means you suck at the game. No, it means you're a piece of shit and you're just a scumbag in real life. That's what I said. This whole entire community is the biggest scumbags on the planet. They really are. I mean, I thought the GTA community was worse. This community is full of hypocrites and narcissists. They're so full of themselves. All killer mains are hypocrites. Same as survivor mains. Both sides are just hypocrites. But what do you expect from a narcissistic community that's full of racists and full of people that support agendas? What do you really expect? But that's the excuse that these people make up in the community. They're like, "Oh, the reason I tunneled is because you gem rushed." No, I've been tunneled in matches and camped in matches, and no one was being toxic at all. See, I'm a different person. Basically, if someone's toxic to me, this is the life that I live. If you're toxic or an a-hole to me, I'll be the same way back. That's the way I am. If someone's not that way to me, I'll play a match fairly. I can win a match without camping or tunneling. These killer mains, they can't win one single match without camping or tunneling because they're trash. And that's all they're like. They're all cowards. A lot of these streamers are scumbags. They try and act all nice and like humble and all that. Yeah, reality, all these fog whisperers, they're just shills. They're shills. Just like the Fortnite YouTubers, they're shills as well. Just same as the GTA YouTubers, they'll shill the game. They'll say everything God about the game because they're the one giving them a paycheck. Because you say anything bad or criticize anything about Dead by Daylight, you'll either get blacklisted or you won't get that paycheck. It's a scumbag industry, the gaming industry. It's a scumbag industry. Makes me sick. That's why a lot of games in the gaming industry are trash. Because people are paid to shield the game. They'll lie to you, deceive you. The Fortnite community, like I said, they lie to their own audience, they clickbait their own audience, they deceive, they lie. All this positive, never criticize anything about the game. They say everything, even the Fortnite leakers, there's one shill that says everything that's added into Fortnite is great. They're a shill. But that's what we've come to now. And I've been saying this for years. This is why I hate the gaming industry. Because it is full of people who shill games. The biggest cowards on the planet. And that's why, again, if I was a gaming channel, I wouldn't get big. Because I'd say how it is. I'd say a game sucks, it sucks. I'm not a lying, deceiving person. But again, as I said, You have the excuse that these killer mains make up, like, "Oh, if you get camped and tunneled, that's because you gen rushed." Yeah, it's funny that gen rushing and doing gens is part of the objective of the survivor, yet that's classed as being toxic. Yet the killer mains, their objective is to kill the survivor. Yet when survivors call that out and say, "Oh, you're killing people too fast. Oh, I'm a killer main. That's my job." They're just hypocrites. At least the survivor mains, you can reason with them. Killer mains are just like they're alpha males. They're not alpha males. They're little betas. But yeah, the whole job of a survivor is to do gens, same as the killer is meant to kill survivors. Yeah, this is how much of a bunch of hypocrites killer mains are. Is survivors can't gem rush. Yeah, we because I played both sides equally at the same amount of time. Unlike most of these streamers that just killer main, you'll notice they always play killer. They never play survivor. That's why they have this biased opinion. They have this biased opinion saying, "Oh, they're good at the game. Play Survivor for once in your life, and then you'll have a valid opinion." That's why all these streamers, all of them are killer mains, are saying this update is good and all that, and it's balancing the game. Bullshit. Bullshit. Fortnite streamers say the same. They said, "Oh, the pump shotgun was overpowered." No, it wasn't. It's just your ass at the game. Get as these kids say these days, get good. It was not overpowered at all. I'll tell you something that is overpowered in video games. Oh, and it's funny the streamers never say anything about that. The mech in Fortnite, the sniper in Fortnite now is overpowered. The shotguns are overpowered. You can one shot kill someone. None of these Fortnite streamers say anything about that. Because again, this is what you gotta understand about the scummy gaming industry. If you say anything negative about a game, you'll get blacklisted and they won't want to sponsor you or make a contract with you. Imagine living that life, being basically, as that meme says, that was shown many times, no balls. It's exactly what it is. Yeah, they can camp and tunnel survivors, pure hypocrites. That's exactly what it is. They say camping is part of the game, tunneling is part of the game. Well, so is teabagging, so is flashlight spamming, flashlight blinding, body blocking, um, borrowed time is part of the game, and many of these killer mains cry about that perk. They're like, "Oh, how dare you unhook a survivor right in front of me." Again, stop being entitled, you hypocrites. And as I said, the streamer that basically was like, "Oh, stop crying," is an idiot anyway. He's a clown. I mean, pure clown. But and even his viewers were basically insulting me and saying, "Hi, you're just a crybaby, you're crying." Yeah, I said to him, "Funny, isn't it? Because when you killer mains get teabagged and flashlight and dead hard and decisive strike, you cry like little babies. You're like, oh, I'm sick of this pick. It's too overpowered." So as I said, the hypocrites, they're all hypocrites. You can never reason with a scumbag. They're always, as it says, the saying goes, a leopard can never change his spots. And someone that's an a-hole narcissist is always going to be that way. Doesn't matter. You can't change someone's soul and spirit and desires. You can't do it. See, some people in this world are born with pure evil souls and pure evil spirits. They're born pure evil, as it says. Some people are born good. It's either you're born good or evil. I mean, look at serial killers, for example. Pure evil. Some people are born good. You can't change people like that. I mean, they're just narcissists. And it's why I don't play online gaming anymore. I can't be bothered with it because the people are hypocrites. And you, and this is what, and it, so again, yeah, they can camp and tunnel survivors, pure hypocrites, killers make up so much BS up and talk out their ass. It really does make me laugh how much of a hypocrite this community is. It has got to be the worst community on the planet, and it is. I mean, just play the game, and basically, if you complain or say anything about a perk being overpowered, then you're considered a crybaby. Yeah, and that's what I found funny about this update. These killer mains were only crying about the perks that they were only crying about the killer perks. They didn't care about the survivor perks because they're scumbags. I mentioned both sides. I mentioned both sides because both sides are unbalanced. I've said that from day one. It's not survivor side, it's not killer side, it's unbalanced on both sides. And that's what these hypocrites and these little clowns cannot wrap their head around. Because again, the narcissists. But as I said, this is the true gaming industry. This is what it's like. And this is why I hate gamers and I hate gaming. Because this is the way they act. They act like, oh, I'm a gamer. Most of these people that call themselves gamers today are not real gamers. They've not played half of the games that I played. I grew up with gaming. These clowns like movie games now. See these games coming out now, they're just movies. And yet it's funny as well because people say that God of War is a movie game and The Last of Us 2 and The Last of Us 1 is a movie game. Yet, there's a game that came out recently. There's a game called Until Dawn. That's a movie game. The Dark Pictures, movie game. See what I mean about the gaming industry? It's full of hypocrites. I mean, at least other communities, they're not hypocrites. I mean, then again, it is kind of a human. A hypocrite's always going to be a hypocrite. A hypocrite will never admit the wrong. They'll never admit any fault because that's just the way they are. People like that, you just cut out your life and don't deal with. But again, as I said, and you have the survivor side as well. You have survivors saying, oh, why are you tunneling me? Why are you camping me? Now, this is my experience. Some killers only camp and tunnel if they get teabagged or the survivors start being toxic. That's what I've experienced. Many survivors have been toxic to me for no reason. I've not been toxic. I've literally played normally where I don't camp, don't tunnel, and they've been toxic to me. So it goes both ways. The survivors are hypocrites, and basically the survivors are hypocrites. Move this up here. Basically, the survivor's a hypocrite and the killer's a hypocrite. It goes both ways. I've always said that. I'm not for one side, I'm for both sides. And then again, as I said, I don't even care about the game anymore anyway. I'm exposing the community once and for all for what it is, so people don't go out and buy this game. I mean, why do you think people are leaving this? If you go look at the Steam chart numbers, look how many people have left. Over 30k left within a week or a month. It's because of this community. They keep saying it's to do with skill-based matchmaking. It's nothing to do with that. It's to do with the community. When someone buys this game and comes across this community, I'd leave. I'd leave. I'd honestly leave. I'd be like, wow, this community is full of scumbags. I don't blame people. This game should be banned. And the community is just hypocrites. That's what they are. The racist, and the list can go on to explain this community. I mean, I've experienced many communities in my life: GTA community, the Fortnite community, the Minecraft community. You have trolls and that, but people say that that's the most toxic community. No, it isn't. This is the toxic community. I mean, play the game and you'll find out. As I have said before, and I actually mean this, I don't give about any gaming community because I don't care. Community, they're all full of, because they are. Killer mains make up so many excuses for why they lose and why they act like an a-hole in a match. They do. I've seen many streamers. They'll make an excuse why they lost. They'll never admit that they suck ass at the game. Now again, there's a lot of Dead by Daylight streamers out there. And this doesn't, the streamers that I'm talking about is big ones. There's some small ones that I come across that are just nobodies. They have a small following for a reason because they're a piece of garbage. But I've come across a lot of small communities, and they basically say, "Oh, you're garbage at the game, you're ass," and all that. Oh, you didn't take a protection hit. I don't care about the community. I play solo for a reason. I play solo on many video games because I don't care. I'm an antisocial person. I don't want to. That's why I am. I don't even like to talk to people. I'm antisocial. I've been lonely my entire life. I'm used to it. I'd rather be alone. So I don't care when people like invite me to parties and that I don't join because I literally do not care. I like to be left alone. They say, "Oh, the game," and this is exactly what they say. They say, "Oh, the game is survivor-sided. I only lost because of Swift," which is garbage. I mean, yes, Swift is kind of overpowered, but some killers do deserve it. They deserve to be tunnel. They deserve to be basically teabagged. They deserve it. I've done it myself. I've teabagged killers that after they've tunneled me, as to say, haha, you trash. Because they are. I've had someone tunnel me out of a match. And oh, if you send them a message, that's called you're mad. No, it's called you trash. The only reason you won a match is because you tunneled. Now, if someone was being toxic, yeah, they deserve to be tunneled and camped. But again, like you said, they're just hypocrites. They say, "Oh, the game is survivor-sided," which they do. That's what killer mains do. It's a typical thing. They blame everything on the survivor. "Oh, this perk is overpowered. I'd lost because of this perk." No, you lost because you suck. I only lost because of Swift. Oh, look at all these overpowered perks survivors had, and that's what I said. There's overpowered perks, and the kill side goes both ways. Yeah, killers have overpowered perks, and these killer mains say all about is everyone. Everyone was and still is shilling this dev update, saying it's great for the game, and yet when it comes into the PTB, they'll be complaining. Guarantee you. They cried that again a new killer that came in the game is overpowered. His name's Dredge. The killer's overpowered, and yet killer mains were crying when survivors were saying it was overpowered. What does that say? That people in this world now are getting more narcissistic and becoming more hypocrites. The world's just getting worse. People are so in love with themselves and think that they're right. You're not right. The game is unbalanced and always will be. It's time these idiots admit that instead of stop shilling a company that is a scumbag company. The developer is a moron. He really is. He has his head so far up his rear end, just like most of these devs in the industry now. Just like the Fortnite dev. He's in love with himself. He basically spams collabs. That's the only reason that game is still relevant. Just like every other game, like Fall Guys. I mentioned it. These developers don't care, and they never will. Yet killers have overpowered perks, and these killer mains say, yeah, these killer mains only care that their perks are being nerfed and don't care about the survivor perks being nerfed, which is facts. It's just facts. And no, you can look on YouTube, no one's saying anything. Everyone's shilling it. Because again, we live in a world full of snowflakes and SJWs that if you say anything negative about a community, if you say anything negative about a community, you'll be blacklisted. All these little fanboys will say, oh, I'm sick of your negativity. I'm sick of your negativity. Well, we live in a world that is run by Satanists. It's time to take your head from out your rear end and stop living in a bunnies and rainbows world that you think we live in and wake up to reality. Because that's what these people are. Anyone that doesn't want to hear any form of negativity is just living in a fantasy world. There's people dying of starvation. Oh, but I don't want to hear negativity. Grow up. I mean, I'll say something like people again, everyone sees, if you say something negative about a game or anything, oh, you're just a hater. No, it's called an opinion. If you don't like it, too bad. That's what I said. The generation of today is just getting worse. It really is. I mean, what do you expect with the degenerates that live in this world now? There's clowns. But I honestly just find it funny with the gaming industry today. It's just full of hypocrites. And the gaming industry wonders why things like Delablo keep happening. Because let's get real. Most of these gamers, so-called gamers, will pay 40k just to level up. As I mentioned with Fortnite, people already pay nearly $300 just to level up. That's why the gaming industry is full of microtransactions. Because again, the gaming industry cries about microtransactions, yet you'll continue to support it. It's not going to change until you stop supporting it. Like again, people cry that a game sucks, yet they'll go and buy the next franchise. People continuously cry about the franchise of Madden, yet every year they continue to buy the same game. Why do you think they keep making them? Because they know some dumb idiot is going to buy it. Same with the FIFA games. Those games are just a copy and paste of the same game over and over and over again, and yet people keep buying them. Oh, we just changed one feature in the game. Yeah, that's worth $60, isn't it? The gaming devs know that they can manipulate because you'll go and buy it. I mean, people already pay $70 just for a PS5 game. Yet again, you can get a game cheaper than that and run the game at 4K or 1080p on a PC. Who's really being scammed? And trust me, PC will always be way more powerful than a console will ever be. That's just facts. I'm not a PC elitist. I don't even PC game, but I've played games on PC. It's kind of better than console. It's a lot faster, frame rate's better, but I prefer gaming on a console. I don't like looking at a little screen. But this should show you that the gaming communities, this is how they are. The hypocrites. And this is like what I said. I've been wanting to say this about this community for a long time. A long time. They're just hypocrites. They are just absolute hypocrites. And as I said, I talk about everything on this channel. Even though this channel doesn't go anywhere, it is what it is. But, yeah, I'm not going to sit here all night talking about this game because I really don't care about it. I'm being real. I stopped caring about this game months ago. I started playing this game on and off. I have no interest in it anymore. It's boring. But guarantee you when the PTB comes, they'll be crying. The killer mains. Someone will be crying. Man, they can't balance the game. But anyway, I mean, it's just laughable. It really is. It's just pathetic. But again, don't buy this game, as I've said many times now. Do not buy this piece of garbage game. Because as I said, this is all this trash is nothing but this. They support Satan and they support the devil. I unsubscribed from this newswire after I got this email, but I took a screenshot of it. So behavior, and that's what's funny. They call themselves behavior, yet the way the devs act, they act like immature children, and the community is immature. They might as well call it immature daylight, because that's exactly what it is. It's full of immature man-childs that are hypocrites. That's why I only play solo games. So that's what I originally started with. I don't fall for this crap anymore of the online multiplayer game, because every single game is just the same now. Every game. It's just the same crap recopied. But again, this is what they support. Their company, 666, bunch of devil worshippers. But again, what do you really expect? And exactly, they want to live in La La Land. And it wouldn't surprise me if Elon Musk is a Freemason. I mean, it wouldn't really surprise me at all. People who celebrate Independence Day are idiots. I agree, because they don't even know what Independence Day means. And two, there is no such thing as freedom in America. It's an illusion. Microtransactions have made games upon release be half finished. Exactly. And I've been saying that for a long time now. Been saying it for a long time. And the way it's going now, if you buy a game now, even though it's a single player game, it requires an internet connection. It's stupid. So literally, if you get a game like Cyberpunk and you don't have the internet, you're going to be playing a broken game. And it annoys me. It really does. Because if whenever the servers go down, like on Steam or PlayStation or Xbox, and you're stuck with a game that's broken, that's why I buy games physical, because digital only is a scam. Because soon as the servers go down on these platforms, or the license, they lose the license, you ain't got access to that game anymore, even though you paid for it. It's a scam. You'd have to spend to buy every FIFA character, exactly, in those FIFA packs, those stupid FIFA packs. And people clearly that do that have gambling problems. They seriously do. No way. I've never spent money on a loot box. Never. It's a scam. Stupid. I saw it in Overwatch 2, and even I didn't buy it. Stupid. And exactly, PC is the best, and it always will be. I mean, you can't stream on a console properly. You can't make videos on a console. You can't edit on a console. You can't do half of the stuff on a console. And that's why I can't stand console fanboys either. I'm not a fanboy of anything. I'm a real gamer. I played on a lot of platforms. Even the Nintendo 64, I played on that. But anyway, I just wanted to make this last video. I'm not going to be talking about Dead by Daylight ever again, because I'm done with the game. The game's trash, and the community is only going to get worse. So let the community get worse. Let it get worse. Let them be in their own degenerate life. Anyway, as I said in the last video, thank you for all the people that support my channel. It means a lot. I'll be posting a video soon. I might actually show it now. Give me 1 second. Let's see if anyone watches this video back. I don't know where I put it. Where was it? Here it is. I don't know whether anyone knows about this, but should I make a video about it? Give me a second. So only a thing in the UK. Americans won't know what this is. This. Should I expose it? And that image there I'll be using for, it's actually Dead by Daylight. I'll be using it That's the only time I'll talk about Dead by Daylight again is when this stupid little simulator comes out. I'll be exposing that crap again. But should I make a video about this? Man, so it's a UK show. Just let me know. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Yep, they did. Anyway, take care. I'll see you in the next video.